Genz anchor about his way of leadership, the extrajudicial killings, the kidnappings, illegal kidnappings, and all those police brutalities. When he sees you talking about it, he believes that someone has, paid you. You have been funded. Now, when when you go back to your house and say, "Now, fine, I don't want Ruto to complain that I've been funded," then you decide to sleep. Ruto again will believe that you have been funded to sleep. So, as a country, is this guy really trying to listen to us? There are two or three things. One, either the president is being given false intelligence reports about the country, how the country thinks about him, feels about him, writes about him, and decides about him. Or two, he is being given correct intelligence reports, but is just choosing to ignore. And number three, where I sit, I think the head of state is being misled by just four advisors. Advisor number one is William. Advisor number two is Arab. Advisor number three is Samoei. Advisor number four is Ruto. I think those are the four advisors who are misleading the head of state. If Ruto was to be a listening person in this country, he could not have done the kind of crap he did the other day, choosing the same. I don't want to call them donkeys. Back into the cabinet. So if he's not listening to us, then what does he expect? Because the only problem here with the head of state is that every time he comes out to the public, he worsens everything. He irritates the youth. He irritates the Gen Z. So why can't he just stop talking and start acting? Because he's doing more of talking than acting.
Okay.
If I were the head of state, okay, sorry.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. I mute.
We are almost ending this, and the time is up for Simeo. Mebs, you can speak. 2 minutes at least.
Thank you, Milton. It's just very short. Guys, don't worry. Tomorrow, Simeo, like you said, he comes and irritates the youth is because he has nothing else to grasp. He has no powers anymore. The people have the power. So, guys, continue. Tomorrow is just for us in diaspora is to encourage you, guys, until the guy steps out of power. And when we say Ruto must go, it means Ruto and entire people. Gachagua is going as well. We do not want Gachagua as well. And I had business people speak before, and I just want to insist that if they continue looting and having so much corruption in the country, next is what will happen if the middle class doesn't speak up and thinks that they are safe, is the poor people, which are actually very many in Kenya, are going to start stealing because we don't even have food security, as we say right now. We are going to start stealing from our neighbors. Then it will be like, I eat my neighbor, and then we move on. So state house, occupy status anyway will happen. If it continues like if you give Ruto the next 5 years, occupy status will definitely happen. So Milton and Nyakundi, thank you very much. I'm not going to take a lot of time. Ruto has to go, Gachagua has to go, and everybody else associated to him. And we are actually just draining the swamp, and Ruto has to go. Thank you for your time, for the time.
Thank you, Mebs. I'm seeing certain government spies over here. People who wanted even to kill their dads here, giving dislikes.
I saw him too. This Keegan, somebody. I've seen him. I'm wondering what he's doing here. He can go to Ally or somebody. They can hold their space together. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to Mr. Vincent.
Sure. Thank you, guys. I hope you can hear me loud and clear, Milton and Nyakundi.
Go ahead. Time is up.
So, guys, I've got a very important point that we have to take on as we push with this agenda. I'll request we need to set a kitty through the LSK. Why? We need to have Kindiki, Bungei, Kome, and all the killer police, including Ruto, taken to the local courts first, and we go demand and camp in that court with a time frame within the law. So my request will be, we set a kitty because our lawyers have been with us. They are doing this pro bono.
Do I have the mic?
Let him complete talking. Let him finish talking.
Yeah. So my request will be, Nyakundi, if we can next time invite LSK as we push the agenda, because what Ruto is doing is taking advantage. How dare he appoint back Kindiki, who is a murderer? The law has to take its course. If they don't do it to the local courts, we go to the international level. Gentlemen and ladies, this thing requires finances. We are ready and willing and capable to finance our willing lawyers to take this issue to the next level. Point number 2, as we move in crowds, a police will never come to arrest me. Hold on.
Saskia, relax. You've not been given the mic. Let him complete. I'll give the mic.
Yes. A police will never come to arrest 10 people, 2 police officers. Let's never run. What happened in Occupy Parliament was disadvantage of people running. Lie down over there. The police won't shoot you when you're down. If you have 50 people, they won't. Because what we are doing, even if you are just 1,000 people at that airport, the revolution is to cause inconvenience. KQ has issued the notice. I've seen Qatar Airlines, Turkish Airlines already issued. That's what's called international image. So it's upon us to stand together. And let's remember our comrades in different regions who have been injured. We are still willing and ready to contribute to make sure any comrade in any other region, we task our LSK, because that's the only body whom we can trust with this thing going forward. I agree with them, set a kitty, send finances for them to follow those who are in jail, those who are still having matters in the court, because some of these things requires finances, and as where we sit, we are willing and ready to be able to support the cause. Finally, it is on the issue of these other people who have not been informed. The corporate world will demand to write letters to all these corporates, either join on or will occupy those status, because the Ruto feels that there's a level of people who still with him. This story that our mothers, my mother back home knows very well what's happening, and she feels pain, tells me, hey, my son, please be safe. This is your time to fight. So I'll request all of us, let's join hands and let's one wing to keep on fighting, on following up those our injured comrades, to follow up on the matter, and the matter with Kindiki, Bungei, and the rest must be charged through the local courts as well as international courts. It requires finances, and guys, we are ready and willing. Raising 100 million won't defeat us in a day. Finally, we are willing.
Thank you so much, Vincent.
Time to give the support to that team.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Bungei must go. Mr. Kilo. I'll stop someone. You're not going to, no one is taking more than 2 minutes because I'm about to close the space. So, Mr. Kilo, proceed. If you can't hear me, is it Abdi Hakim, yeah. Proceed. If you can't hear me, Felix, proceed.
Thank you, Milton, for this chance. I'll be brief, just under 2 minutes. I think from the president's tone in the last rally, you can see that the president has gone back to his old ways, meaning what he has done the last 2 weeks was just but a show to try and get us into his clutches. Also returning back the likes of Kindiki, Duale, Alice Wahome. Personally, I feel the president is a prisoner of people who voted for him. And personally, he doesn't have a way out of it. So I think he weighed his option between those people and the people of Kenya. And those people definitely weighed heavier. Someone like Kindiki, last year during the Mandamano for Reject Finance Bill 2013, 75 people were killed. This year alone, we've already crossed the 52 mark. Now, reappointing such a person back to the cabinet, I think is more worse than firing someone like Murkomen, who simply, let me say, likes of Murkomen are just crooks with an expensive taste, who goes to inspect a generator wearing a watch that costs twice the the price of that generator. So bringing someone like Kindiki back to his cabinet and firing the likes of Murkomen really doesn't make sense. Because if you put those into a scale, I believe Kindiki is worse because of all these lives that we have lost. I don't think he's going to change, and I think moving forward, we really need to target our fight. We can't be fighting Ruto, fighting these other things. We really need to focus, pull together, and have a straight goal of what we want and go for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Felix. I wish everyone could take such a few minutes. Gatuna Eric, let's not more than a minute, please.
Yes, Milton. Can you hear me? So, this is to my the fellow host of the space. I would like to make a humble submission to them. So, in these spaces, I think they're very good when it comes to highlighting the issues that Kenyans are raising and creating awareness on these issues. But other than that, we need more from these spaces. I think they have enough influence now that we can be using them to launch actions that we want seen, initiating litigation against certain people or institutions that we want. We can also be using them for launching research or survey projects. For example, what like Nelson Amenya or has been doing.
The actions, brother. The actions are what we want to hear. The way forward. Leave alone
exactly
Mambo the way forward about tomorrow.
So what I'm saying is we can be using this space as a place to mobilize for actions that we want to see moving forward. So stay warm, stay safe. Kesho tupatane mapema. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Black Ice, talk. If Black Ice can't hear me, still Waters, talk.
Thank you, Milton. Am I audible enough? Milton?
Yes, proceed.
Yeah, so I want to thank you, Milton, for giving me the mic. So, guys, I have some few statements about the tomorrow's session. So it seems Ruto still hasn't realized what we want, we as Gen Zs. And this fight, we are not fighting for ourselves. We are fighting for our future kids after we will be away from this world. Now, I have a few remarks. Guys, let's still be strong enough and let's not give up on this till our rights are done. And we want people who are acting, not talking. I think you guys are seeing what's happening, and let's sharpen up on 2027. Let's not fight on this only. We are here to fight for ourselves, and only on 2027 also, we need to elect leaders who are working. Milton, I think in finishing, let me say this. I have seen some government bloggers talking Hanifa. They are saying she has already two Range Rovers or whatever. She's benefiting from these riots or whatever. But let's remain vigilant. And we are here to fight for ourselves. So in finishing, I'll say this, that tomorrow let's be there early enough, and let's also protect ourselves, because some crooks are using this maandamano to destroy our future. Thank you, Milton. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Black Eyes. Ayugi Jr. I think I'm just having two more speakers, then I close the space. If Ayugi can't hear me, then Deco.